Good evening, my fellow extraterrestrials. I am going to do the reading of the remarkable and humble Socrates from the perspective of Plato, because when I wrote this one, I was writing it as Plato, as though Plato were speaking of his teacher, Socrates. So this is another one of the poems up in place of a blog. But if you know anything about Socrates, you know he's probably like one of my most favorite people in all of history. And his quote, "I know that I don't know," is on the cover of my book, The Lost Chapters of Humanity on Earth. And it's just because I think he was a very remarkable man. So, although I wrote this poem from the perspective of Plato, I was imagining myself as Plato at the time when I wrote this, because, obviously I wasn't around then, so I don't know Plato. I don't know how he truly felt about Socrates, but I was imagining myself as Plato writing about my teacher, and obviously I would have loved to have lived during that time period and have met Socrates and have had him as a teacher myself, but yeah. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do my best. We all know I struggle with reading my own poems, but here it goes. A world full of magnificent mysteries, a city full of prolific ponderers, and one man the driving force of inquiries. My great teacher talks with many wanderers, continually questioning all he hears, challenging the reckless knowledge squanderers. His intellectual probing brings forth fears, as more great thinkers question the status quo, though he rarely writes his thoughts down like his peers. So I have taken it upon myself, Plato, as his admirer and humble student, to preserve his words for the future to know. To further my own studies it seemed prudent, also to devote time to self-reflection, and not make my presumptions too concludent. I merely gather thoughts into collection, with the intent to inspire others to think, and perhaps to alter the words' trajection. Just as my teacher has brought to the brink, he has been accused of disturbing the peace, to which he readily took poison to drink. He was told this sort of questioning must cease. For his refusal he was sentenced to die. He became an instigator throughout Greece. On his wisdom all of the Athens must rely, to further the observations of new minds. Maybe we can't change the world, but we can try. My teacher encouraged ideas of all kinds. May all these new concepts continue to grow, to guide us to more questions and to more finds. In my master's quotes left for me to bestow was his most insightful wisdom for all mankind. He simply stated, "I know that I don't know." Socrates had a brilliant and humble mind. So, there it was. I'm not sure how well I did on that reading. I think I stumbled across a few words, because I don't have my poems memorized. I write them, then they're written, and then I post them, and then that's it. And I really don't post that many of them. Usually if I post a poem to my blogs or my website, it's something related to an actual blog that I've written, so it's like within a similar subject matter. Although I did post one recently, and as I'm getting these videos done, I'm getting these readings done, I'm getting caught up, I'll get to that one too, and I'll have to read that as well. But I actually posted something that I was quite proud of, because I don't usually write in humor. Obviously I usually write in nonfiction, but I wrote a humorous poem for a humor poem contest, and I was rather proud of it, so I posted that on my website as well. So if you're interested in checking out the poems and the blogs and actually reading them and digesting them for yourselves, do give it a like, do check it out, and in the meantime, stay extra, my fellow terrestrials.